Alright, so if you've been wondering, what are some books that you should probably read before you graduate from college? This is one of them. It's called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And it's a fascinating book, but it's not for everyone because the way the author explains things can be kind of dark, and he goes into great detail explaining why certain things work and why they've worked throughout history. But nonetheless, there are some interesting takeaways. So here's my summary of the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 1, never outshine the master. So if you are working for somebody else, never do anything that would outshine your master. Always make him or her look superior. If you're in a meeting and you have an idea, let them speak first. Let them say something and then you agree with their idea and then build off of it. That way they feel like they are the ones who had the idea and they will get more credit than you. This is important, especially if you're trying to climb the corporate ladder because your superiors always want to look good. They want to be able to tell their bosses that they have competent workers under them. So if you help them look good, they'll be more likely to help you and to promote you. Law number 2, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. As humans, we tend to trust people that we know and we think that just are friends, that they have our best interest at heart, because we like them and just because But in reality, our friends can often betray us, or they might not even want the best for us. For example, back in 2019, Uber released a report saying that they had found evidence that their CEO, Travis Kalanick, had engaged in deceptive trade practices. And you guessed it, many of the Uber board members who were supposed to oversee him and make sure that he was doing the right thing, they also did the same shady stuff. Friends, watch out for friends. Sometimes we can become friends with people who are bad influences, so if you want to get ahead in life, you need to be willing to cut friends loose. You cannot put too much trust in them. Instead, you should learn how to use your enemies. Your enemies will push you to work harder. They'll force you to innovate. So learn how to use their strengths against them. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance by hiding your thoughts. So basically, don't be too transparent. Don't show every card in your hand. If you are too transparent, other people can take advantage of you. They'll be able to manipulate you because they'll know exactly what you're thinking. But if you keep people off balance, if you keep them guessing, then you'll be able to get ahead of them. You'll be able to manipulate them. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to lie all the time, but it does mean that you need to keep some things to yourself. You need to plan in secrecy. And once you've made your plans, you need to convince other people to go along with them. Number 4, always say less than necessary. When you're amongst people who are superior to you, remember that words can get you into trouble. Words can also get you into a lot of trouble. So when you're talking to somebody who's more powerful than you, never say more than you need to. Always say less. Be vague, make them ask questions. Don't make statements. If you're quiet, it's hard for them to pin you down. Also, the less you say, the more mysterious you'll seem. And people love mysterious people. Mysterious people intrigue us. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to know how to be quiet. You need to know how to shut up. Law number 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is everything. It's what people think about you. And if you lose your reputation, you lose your power. So guard your reputation with your life. Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? What is my brand? And once you figure that out, you need to protect it. We live in a day and age where anybody can go online and trash your name. They can start rumors about you. They can say horrible things about you. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to protect your reputation. You need to be careful about the things that you do. You need to be careful about the things that you say. And you also need to be ready to defend yourself if someone tries to come after you. Law number 6, court attention at all costs. Everybody wants to be noticed. Everyone wants to be seen. And if you want to get ahead in life, you need to court attention. You can't be afraid to stand out. You can't be afraid to be different. In fact, you need to be the most interesting person in any room that you walk into. You need to be the most attractive person in the room. You need to be the person who everybody looks at and says, wow, that person is amazing. Law number 7, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. One of the most important things that you can learn is how to motivate other people to do the work for you. If you want to get ahead in life, you can't do everything yourself. You need to learn how to inspire other people to take action. You need to learn how to delegate tasks. And once they've done the work, you need to make sure that you take the credit for it. Number 8, make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. So in order to get what you want, you need to learn how to make other people come to you. Oftentimes we spend so much energy trying to go after things, trying to chase after things. But what if I told you that you could make things come to you? It's all about learning how to use bait. What can you offer other people in exchange for what you want? What can you give them in order to get them to come to you? Law number 9, win through your actions, never through argument. When you argue with people, you're basically telling them that you're weak. You're telling them that you're not confident enough in your abilities. Don't argue with people. Let your actions speak for you. Let your accomplishments speak for you. That's how you win. Number 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. If you hang around with unhappy and unlucky people, you're going to become unhappy and unlucky yourself. Surround yourself with happy and lucky people. People who are winners. Learn from them. Copy them. Become like them. Law number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. Create a need in them for you. So oftentimes we want to help other people. We want to do good for them. But you can't do that all the time. In fact, the best way to help somebody is sometimes by making them dependent on you. If you make them dependent on you, they'll be forced to do things for you. They'll be forced to treat you well. So learn how to put yourself in a position where other people depend on you. Number 12, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victims. Most people are honest and generous all the time, and that's a mistake. Don't be honest all the time. Only be honest when it benefits you. Only be generous when it benefits you. Law number 13, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. Never ask for help without offering something in return. Always give people an incentive. So when you're asking for help, you need to understand what the other person wants. What can you offer them in exchange for the favor that you're asking for? Law number 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. So one of the best ways to get ahead in life is to learn how to gather intelligence. You need to learn how to listen to what people are saying, but also to observe what they're doing. Listen to their conversations, pay attention to what they're doing, and then use that information to benefit yourself. Law number 15, crush your enemy totally. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they don't destroy their enemies, they don't crush them. And what ends up happening is that these enemies end up coming back and attacking them. So whenever you have an enemy, crush them totally, don't leave it. Law number 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. So oftentimes we want to be seen all the time. We want to be involved in everything. But the truth is that sometimes it's better to stay away. Anything to chance. Sometimes it's better to be absent. Doing nothing can be powerful. Sometimes you need to disappear for a while. You need to make people wonder where you went. Law number 17, keep others in suspended terror. One of the most powerful things that you can do is to make other people feel like they're in danger. Make them feel like they could lose everything at any moment. Law number 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation does not protect you from the attacks of your enemies. So one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is to try to isolate yourself. Trying to build walls around yourself. In fact, it's the opposite. You need to build relationships with other people. You need to build alliances. That way you'll have people who can defend you when you're weak. Law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Don't offend the wrong person. Before you speak to someone, try to figure out who they are. Try to understand their background. Try to understand their motivations. And once you've done that, you can tailor your words to them. You can figure out how to speak to them in a way that won't offend them. Law number 20, do not commit to anyone. Keep your options open. Don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. You need to be free. You need to be able to move in any direction. That way, you'll be able to take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. Law number 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. Appear dumber than your mark to catch the skilled and intelligent. Appear dumber than your mark to catch the skilled and intelligent. Law number 22, use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Oftentimes we want to be strong. We want to show people that we're strong. But the truth is that sometimes you need to act weak. You need to appear weak. By acting weak, you can fool your opponents. You can make them feel like they're stronger than you, which means they'll let their guard down. And once they've let their guard down, that's when you strike. Law number 23, concentrate your forces. Never invest all your eggs in one basket. Diversify. Spread out your risks. That way, you'll be able to survive. Law number 24, play the perfect courtier. To get what you want, you must learn to play the game of politics. You must learn the rules of the court. You must learn how to flatter people. You must learn how to make them feel special. Law number 25, regulate your emotions. If you're too emotional, people will be able to manipulate you. They'll be able to use your emotions against you. So you need to be in control of your emotions. You need to be able to hide your emotions. Law number 26, keep your hands clean. Maintain plausible deniability. Always have a way out. So when you're working with other people, always make sure that you don't get your hands dirty. Make sure that you have a way out. Make sure that you can blame someone else if things go wrong. Law number 27, play on people's need to believe in a power greater than themselves. All humans want to believe in something greater than themselves. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to learn how to tap into that desire. You need to learn how to give people hope. Law number 28, enter action with boldness. If you're going to do something, do it with all your might. Go big or go home. Boldness attracts attention. Boldness commands respect. Law number 29, plan all the way to the end. No one can know your plans better than you. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they plan halfway and then they stop. They don't think about what happens next. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to plan all the way to the end. Law number 30, make the past present. Use historical precedents. So oftentimes we want to do new things. We want to be original. But the truth is that sometimes it's better to copy what has already worked. Copy what has already been successful. Law number 31, control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. In order to win, you need to learn how to manipulate the playing field. You need to learn how to make the rules. Then you need to make other people play by those rules. Law number 32, play to people's fantasies. People live in a fantasy world. They like to imagine themselves as being powerful, as being successful. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to learn how to tap into those fantasies. You need to learn how to make people feel special. Law number 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Find the point of maximum leverage. Everybody has a weak spot. Everybody has something that they're afraid of. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to learn how to find that weak spot. You need to learn how to use it to your advantage. Law number 34, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. So oftentimes we want to be treated like kings, but we don't act like kings. We don't walk around with confidence. We don't walk around with purpose. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to act like a king. Law number 35, master the art of timing. If you want to get ahead in life, you need to learn how to strike when the iron is hot. You need to learn how to take advantage of opportunities. Law number 36, disdain things you cannot have. Ignore them. Act as if they do not exist. So sometimes we get attached to things, we get upset when we can't have them. But the truth is that sometimes it's better to just let it go. It's better to pretend that it doesn't bother you. Law number 37, create compelling spectacles. Use them to impress and persuade. Humans are visual creatures. We're easily impressed by what we see. So if you want to get ahead in life, you need to learn how to throw a good party. You need to learn how to throw events that will make people feel special. Law number 38, think as you like, but behave like others. So oftentimes we like to be unique. We like to do our own thing. But the truth is that sometimes it's better to conform. It's better to behave like everybody else. That way, you'll be able to avoid standing out. Law number 39, stir up waters to catch fish. Make those around you do the work for you. So oftentimes we like to do everything ourselves, but the truth is that sometimes it's better to let other people do the work. It's better to let them expend the energy. Law number 40, despise the free lunch. If you accept a gift from someone, you will be that person's property. Never accept anything for free. Everything has a price. Law number 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. It is almost impossible to do. Even if you are worthy, your predecessors' ghosts will be around your neck. Law number 42, strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. If you remove the leader, the rest will fall apart. Law number 43, work on the hearts and minds of others. Your ultimate goal is to make people love you. That is the highest form of power. Law number 44, disarm and infuriate with the mirror response. Reflect back the behavior you want to change in others. Law number 45, preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. People need change, but they cannot handle too much of it. Law number 46, never turn your back on anyone. Do not show your vulnerabilities. Law number 47, do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Law number 48, assume formlessness. To stay powerful, you must remain flexible. When your plans, identity, or behavior become too fixed, others can predict your moves and use them against you. But if you become like water, shapeless and adaptable, you can adjust to any situation and respond to change without breaking. True power comes from the ability to move, shift, and evolve with your surroundings. When people cannot figure you out, they cannot control or defeat you. Like water, which can flow gently or crash with force, staying formless is the key to lasting strength. And that's my summary of the 48 Laws of Power. This book is definitely not for everyone, but if you're interested in books like this, I'd highly recommend checking it out. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also check out my other summaries of great books. Thanks for watching, and until next time.